070707. Welcome everyone to Tuesday's Supercruise news. Now, Bruce, I didn't check. What number are we at? Have you checked? Because it's been a bit of a busy week, so I'm not even sure if I've. Is it 40 something?
I have checked. It is indeed Supercruise News edition number 43.
43.
Which is a huge milestone. So happy to have reached the 43rd episode. Incredibly significant.
Often celebrated in age is 43. It's a big milestone, Bruce. But thank you for joining.
Very happy to be here. Thank you for having me. It's been a while, actually. I was away last week, so nice to be back in the seat and seeing all of the lovely people in chat. Hello.
Yes, well, let's do some 07 to us. We're all here. So 07 to, well, first and foremost, all the mods that are here. I see Heather's in there as always, but all the other mods that are in there are probably going to miss you, but sorry. FAS UK, Morkin, The Kaz, Orange Phoenix, English Gent, Cyber Dami, Drinky Bird, G Bison, Wiley Space Hero, Goose View 07. Have you got some YouTubers in there as well, Bruce?
I do, but more importantly than that, DJ Wiley asks if I've been working out, and that's incredibly kind of you to notice. Yes, no, 07 everybody. Hello, Giuseppe's World from YouTube. We've also got Commander Soundo, the Bristolian. Welcome. Hello, Emerald Coast as well. Osric, Dunkel Aura, 07's all around. Pleasure to see you all.
Yes, it's been really good. So obviously you picked the right week to come back, Bruce, because it's been a bit busy, isn't it? It's been a busy Monday. So I guess if you missed it, we released our second developer update, which went out yesterday. So if you haven't read it and you have a chance to read it in detail, we're going to go over it some bits now. But for the full details, just put ~July into the chat, and you'll bring up the forum post with all the bits and bobs that are on there. But there's quite a lot of information in there. I think it's fair to say there's some nice things that are coming in update 6, which is slated for later this week. One of the questions I know is going to come up a lot today is what day is it coming this week? Well, just to let you know, we would love to be able to give you the date and time, but at the moment the build is still being tested. As soon as that's finished and we have that confirmed that it's all green and good to go, we'll put the date and time out. So it will be this week. We're just waiting on confirming on date and time. But obviously we have to run some tests before we can do that. So just to allay some of those questions before they start coming in, if I knew when it was, I would tell you straight away, but I don't at the moment because we're still running tests, but it will be this week. So yeah, I guess that's the start. So there's a lot of stuff in Update 6 I think people are looking forward to, and there's some stuff beyond, which we'll touch on very lightly because I know people will have some questions about that. But I think one of the things I want to get across is, this list is it does say in the forum post, so I'm not overstepping the mark when I say this is not everything. This is just some of the things we're working on at the moment. Endeavour very hard working on behind the scenes. To bring to the game some stuff which is very much what have been sort of long-term community requested stuff. There's some legacy stuff in the team are working on as well to try and fix. And we've got some stuff we'll show you, which is some of it is in the forum post, but we've actually got a nice little video to show how the camera suite has changed for Update 6. So I guess, Bruce, should we just go through what's coming in for Update 6 and run through? Do you want to run through some of that, or do you want me to run through some of that, Bruce?
Happy for you to take it away on that. Although, just before we do, I think this will be the first time that many of our audience are seeing all of your wonderful gizmos and not toys behind you since you've changed
it's memorabilia,
setup, right?
It's memorabilia, yeah.
Memorabilia.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff behind me.
Quite the collection.
It is predominantly Transformers, G1 Transformers, which is the only Transformers you should want. And there's a lot of my gaming stuff that I've worked on behind me. And some pictures and some bits and bobs. But if you want to ask me questions, feel free to ask me questions. I'm sure people aren't that interested in it. But yes, it's cool. I moved everything around the other day. I chose one of the hottest and humid days to do it, Bruce. So it says more about me than anybody else, really, right?
Yeah, well, it is pretty wham around here. Between the lighting and just the general heat, and also the sunburn that I picked up last week, I'm looking pretty ripe today. So
apparently, you're looking hench, Bruce. You are. Your shoulders are very broad. Did you go in like a bench lifting?
I don't know what you're doing. I haven't inflated myself. Maybe it's the t-shirt. I'm not sure what it is. But yeah, there we go.
I'm not saying too much.
Now the redness is it's going to get worse and worse. Let's give me some time to cool down.
But they want to hear about Update 6, so we're going to your tan in a minute. But I'm going to go to now. Bearing in mind, chat, it's me hosting. Youngblood Zach is off, so when this all goes wrong, it's my fault. So I think one of the biggest things you're going to see visually in Update 6 is the planetary changes that the team worked very hard on the sort of how it's going to look in going forward. So planetary bodies will have a number of improvements. Now I'm going to read from the post, just so I don't get this wrong, because obviously I spent a lot of time writing this out. So explorers will find new colorations, which will increase in variety and vibrancy. So let's have a look at some of what we've got here. So we'll flick here across. We've got some of the images that we can see straight away, and I think you agree they look absolutely stunning. Now I like the look of the different types of icy planets. Now it's not just, you've obviously got like, which I guess you could call like the Hoth type worlds. But now they've got sort of mixtures of dirty icy and sort of rocky icy, and there is actually planets with black ice on, which we didn't manage to get some pictures of. So that's really cool. I'd look forward to seeing it when commanders discover some of those sort of black ice worlds in there. They are also in the game and sort of now sort of way more visually appealing and stunning. And you can see some of them here. Now I'm going to flick through these at randomly, just so we can flick through just a better idea. Now, full disclosure, this is 1080p, so I do apologise. These look a bit rough around the edges. I was trying to get assets for the show as quick as I could. But you get a good idea of sort of the variations that we have, of how these planets can look sort of in the next update, which is coming this week. But this, I think, is my favourite shot, which kind of gives you that. It reminds me of a gumball machine. Bottom right is the one I want to see play commanders on foot. That's the pictures I want to see. I know Commander the Shrek will want to be on a green planet. I haven't. There are some sort of green-hued planets and stuff like that. I'm sure I've seen. I might be wrong. Maybe I was just looking through Shrek's feed. But I want to see pictures of all these types of planets. I think they look absolutely stunning. I think we agree that for commanders, certainly commanders that love to explore, I think seeing these out in the black is going to be very, very important. One of the things I did notice that was asked in the forums quite a bit was the locations of these planets. Now, one of the devs very kindly went and grabbed these images for us for yesterday's announcement. I will get the location of one of these. I think what we said, Bruce, is maybe on Thursday we'll try and find one of these planets and actually just be in it in the game in live, so you can see them in live. I want to be in a yellow one. I'm just being selfish, Bruce. I want to be in a yellow planet.
The yellow one definitely stands out, but they do all look phenomenal, if you ask me. I know some of the people in the forum post were keen to see the locations for themselves. So yeah, we'll find out what the actual planets, where they actually are located, and try and visit them, and also let you guys know so you can see them for yourself when the update hits.
Yeah, no, and someone just said one of them looks like something the cat coughed up, which I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it could be a hairball. Yeah, absolutely. And some of them a lot of love for new planets.
There depends on which one it is, but there's a couple of these where I reckon your cat probably needs to see a vet.
Yeah, if it's not top right or maybe top left, you're in real trouble. But yeah, bottom right is the cheese planet. I think it's been affectionately referred to, a planet of cheese, which I can absolutely be at home with. And then obviously we've got some other images. This is a icy planet on foot, and you get to see some of the different colorations coming through. So I won't dawdle too long on this. These are on the forum, so you can have a look at them, and I don't take up too much time going through stuff that you can go and have a look at in the actual forum post. Remember, that's !July. And then the last one is this orange, kind of icy orange. It's actually an icy planet with orange tinge, which is really, really cool. Like I say, there are more than this. This is just some of the pictures we grabbed. Obviously, the dev team, and I'll be honest, the dev team are working. They're working so hard to get so many changes, fixes, improvements, additions, features. So thank you to all the devs that have been that we've been hassling to get us sort of behind the scenes footage, and we'll get more of that going forwards. That's the plan. We just need to get ourselves in gear, and now we're moving. It's great that we can actually show some behind the scenes stuff. But without further ado, I guess it's a short video, but we can play it a few times. The camera suite. Now, I know there was a lot of hubbub around the camera suite, and we fully appreciate that a lot of people spend a lot of time utilizing the camera suite for not only just content creation and for the YouTubers out there, but also just for the players that enjoy going out there to making really cool images, movies, taking photos. We understand that there's some frustrations around it. So there are some changes in this, but essentially fixes the blackout issue that players were having. And full shout out to Salen. I've done it again, Bruce. Salen. Why am I calling Sally Salen? To Sally for all the hard work behind the scenes. Sally was very instrumental in making sure that the camera got another relook, and all of this was collated from feedback from the forums. And what we found, what we're going to get with Update 6 is kind of like the best fit for all the feedback we got from the forums and the posts we had, discussions on stream and via our forums. So I'm going to play the video so you can have a look at it, and it's like a side by side jobby. So I'll shut up. We can talk over this, Bruce, by the way, so don't worry, our audio will still be on. But I'm just going to play it once, and then here we go.
Here we go.
There we go. So that's pretty cool, right? So that last shot for me, Bruce, is the one I like when it pans up in the
yeah, very cool.
Just through so you can see like the hologram and the commander behind it. I can see a lot of love for the camera in the chat. And again, thank you so much to the dev team that worked really hard to rejiggle that sort of stuff. And then we know how important it was for you. We understood that players were frustrated, and there was a lot of communities that really wanted to see this addressed. So really, really cool. Yes, sorry, Sally. I know I'm on Planet Services. I know it's flicked back. Thank you, Sally. Always got our back. Always got our back. I'm going to flick back to us. There we go. Thank you, Sally. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in there, and that will be in the update in update 6. So we can't wait to see the videos and stuff like that, especially on the new Planetary services. Like, it makes sense. It does say in update 6 that. What better way to complement all these sort of changes than to have the camera seat working properly? I know Zach became an aficionado of taking pictures, the 100% blur and the focus stuff. He does it all the time now. It's really irritating. Yeah. Like, we're trying to move on.
Ever since his stream with the SPVFA, where he learned a few tricks. Yeah. I'm sure Zach's going to be very excited for this one, along with a lot of content creators. And like I say, just general players as well. Very often I'll be flying around and I'll just, do some panning shots of the ship or just try and look around things. So yeah, big improvements.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Zach's become, and I look, by the way, chat, when I say this, I mean it in the most loving way. And I'm only saying and teasing Zach because he's on holiday and we're all very jealous because we've had our holiday and now Zach gets to go last. But Zach's become that guy that he's done it once and now he's the expert, and it's really irritating because he's actually really good at taking pictures as well. So he has one lesson, he just becomes really good at it. So yeah, fair play to him. I can't wait to see what people do with all the camera suite stuff. And bearing in mind, when I talk about it's reduced to blackout, I mean, I'm probably doing a massive disservice to the dev team that worked hard on this. And maybe later on we'll get one of the guys and girls that worked on the camera suite to come on and have a chat about more in-depth stuff about how they changed it and how it all works. Because I'm not a developer, so I will give you a really poor layman's term of stuff. And the same with a lot of the teams. There's lots of stuff that Bruce and I would like to do, which is like bring on some of the UI guys and girls that have worked really, really hard and tirelessly to get to address some of the issues with the Galactic Map. And there's some other bits and bobs that are coming in as well, which are UI focused. And a lot of stuff which seems like really simple changes and fixes actually involve multiple teams from different disciplines. So a simple thing can involve a lot of teams. So it is really a group effort. Thank you very much to everyone involved with the camera suite changes. I know it's been on the list for a while. Thank you, Sally, for championing it. Now, there's some other bits that have gone in update 6 that are going in for update 6. Now, bearing in mind, we're just cherry picking this. There is a plethora of stuff going in for 6. These are just some of the bits and bobs we've just sort of said, look, here's some cool stuff. There's a whole swathe of fixes, adjustment, tweaks, etc., etc., etc. I'm not going to list them out now because I'm sure you've seen the previous updates. There are lines and lines and lines and lines and lines. Once we have that all confirmed, as in tested, and we've come back and said, yeah, all the fixes that are fixed are working, that list will go out. We're trying to get as early as possible, but typically we put the list out Just as we turn the servers off to apply the fix, we put the patch note up for people to read whilst they download the update. So expect that just prior to that going in. But other things that were added. Now, it is in here about the rocket troops are in here as well somewhere. Sure they are, Bruce. Da, 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 da.
I mean, isn't it just that rocket troops are being added to?
Well, you say like it's just flippant, right? Like rocket troops.
Well, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. We haven't seen the AI messing around with rockets yet, which I think is I'm looking forward to seeing a dynamic that has, because I think the most fun we've had, I think now we're playing in open and stuff, Bruce, is when other commanders land and you see the SRV and how much damage it can do when it just sort of lays into AI and players at settlements, particularly around military settlements. We're going to see AI with rocket launchers now. SRV, it can take some punishment, but it's not super duper strong. So I think AI with rocket launchers are going to make commanders think a bit twice. Bruce has touched his camera, everyone, and we've lost Bruce's face.
Sorry, I moved.
Why did you move, Bruce?
It was Zulu Romeo actually got me. He said, "Rocket men, I think they're going to be gone for a long, long time." And sorry, he just set me off.
I appreciate a good pun, and it's normally Zulu that comes up with them. Very quick as well, so fair play to Zulu on that one. But that's in there, and there's some fixes and stuff that we've got in now. Please excuse me as I flick backwards and forwards between different windows and tabs that I've got open, chat. Please bear with me. But one of the things we were very keen to go through is stuff like this on the issue tracker and address those issues for you and let you know where we're at with those different things. So it is in there in terms of on that. Again, if you want to see it, ! July. But I'll just run through some of the stuff. So lighting and illumination. One of the things I want to talk about on this now, where we believe with update 6, this should put us in a really good position. However, we're not closing it off just yet. We want to make sure that it goes in, it works as intended, and everyone's happy. But just one of the things we want to talk about, and it was really important when I was speaking to the devs about the various things we talk about. Odyssey being too dark, too bright, lights not working. Lighting, that heading, lighting and illumination is so much stuff for dev to unpick and look at different things. So that's why it's taken various stages to say, right, we're going to look at the lighting in the cockpit, we're going to look at the lighting in the starfield, we're going to look at sort of external lighting and all that sort of stuff. It was a lot of work. We think we've got it where it needs to be, but again, we'll look to make adjustments if necessary. But hopefully, update 6 we'll get it to where it needs to be. Degraded textures, which is number 2 on the issue tracker compared to Horizons. Update 6 will bring significant improvements in this area. However, again, like the lighting, we're going to leave it open. We're not going to close it off. We're not saying it's done. We're going to wait and see what you guys and girls all say about this. Make sure you're happy, and then we'll go on with that. FPS performance and audio. We know performance is a huge deal. As we've said it before, it's one of our primary focuses with getting Odyssey right. Update 6 will see an improvement, I think, with the. Now, I'm not a dev person, but the AMD stuff which works on everything should have an improvement for people. But it's not going to be the be all and end all, the stop for us, and we will continue to push on to find more and more ways to optimize Odyssey to make it run as good as it can do for everybody on their PCs. But so there's still significant work working towards getting that where it wants to be. Big one that I've seen, and one of the things that Dev are very keen on is also just some of the legacy stuff that's been floating around for quite a while. Cargo canisters stuck in megaships. I know that was raised probably almost the first stream I was on. I think that came up. That should be fixed and in release for update 6, so that'll be done. Highford's cache missing scannable data point, that's fixed, and that'll be in there, so you can go to Highford's point and have a look at that and see what that might bring. Then we have retrievals from cache site mission POIs no longer appear. That's been fixed. Now, where we say awaiting deployment / maintenance, so some of this stuff will actually have to go in via a patch, and other stuff we can do behind the scenes via our maintenance time. So it'll either going on our actual patch, or we'll whack it in for maintenance. But it basically means that the fix is done. We just need to deploy it. So that's going in there. And then we've got Odyssey sticks at loading game when launched, so that's also been fixed as well. So we've got that in there. Now, I'm going to need to flick another screen. Bruce, if you want to answer any questions whilst I
sure. So
feel free.
I've seen a couple questions already. For people who are asking about console, actually, if you go to the post, I've linked it in YouTube, and for our lovely audience on Twitch, it's !July should link you to it, but I'll drop it in there as well anyway. Yeah, console is, we actually mentioned it in the post near the top. It's still the case that we're prioritizing the PC version of Odyssey for the meantime. So when we have more news on console, we will give it, but that is the current status. Someone else asked whether or not we could get some devs on to talk through and show some of these changes in a future stream. And that's something we've done in the past. We'd love to do it again. Obviously, it's all hands on deck at the moment to get these changes and fixes out to you. But yes, that is something we're still keen to do.
Yeah, no, very keen to get some devs on. I know, I have been lambasted for saying that we're going to get them on. They haven't come on, and I'll take that on all of my chins. That's fine. We want to get them on, but its time is very, very precious. And I know a lot of people do stream, but just putting a dev out and running through stuff, it does take 2, 3, 4 meetings. So it's 2, 3, 4 hours worth of time of prep, getting them on where they could be doing stuff for Odyssey, and it very much is a way up of, do you want the work done or do you want people to come on stream? And, it's something we're going to try and find a happy medium for, but we will find a way to get some of the devs on to have a chat with you. Some other things that have been fixed for Odyssey. I did ask Sally. So Sally, bless her, is busily writing up all of the patch notes for Update 6 as they're coming in and being marked off as ticks. So when you see that Mahusive list, understand that Sally has, bless her, been sat typing them and making sure they're correct and going backwards and forwards. And that sometimes it takes a long time. In fact, I say sometimes, Bruce, it's all the time. It takes a long time. It takes a while. There's a lot in there. But Sally has very kindly dropped in some stuff here she thinks that chat might be keen to hear about. Now, obviously, we have the new planetary lighting and visuals and stuff like that, and obviously the new textures and stuff on Planet surfaces. One of the things I know has been bugging people a lot is the nefarious invisible rocks that have been lurking on surfaces, waiting to strike unwary SRV drivers at a most inopportune moment. Now, we are confident that this is fixed for Update 6. So that's one of the things that I think chat will be very happy to see. And I can't see chat 'cause, like an idiot, I've moved this over here and it should be over there. Okay, cool. Right, let's put that back. Don't touch anything else, Arthur. So very, very happy to say that that should be fixed. I see someone said they might have to retire their invisible rock recon vehicle. Does that just mean it's a disposable SRV you can crash into things? Because I think we all own one of those. So that's cool. That's going to be in there. What else have we got in here? Added mission POIs to on-foot campus. The on-foot compass will now display POIs. That's really handy, so you can get your bearings. I know there's a few times on stream, Bruce, where we've landed and totally lost our bearings as to where we're supposed to be going and just started running off into the nether. But yeah, that's all good. That's all in there. Fixed point of interest missions failing to spawn at their POIs correctly, and this impacts lasting missions, retrieval, recovery, salvage, and scavenge missions. Also, assassination, takedown, target missions. So that's all in there. So they're called Enforcer troops. There we go. Enforcer troops have now been added. They sound mean, Bruce. Added.
Yeah, they're gonna blow you up.
They're gonna blow us up. I mean, we got pretty badly annihilated by a player with a rocket launcher the other day. So I'm fairly certain that's gonna have an impact. So that's just some of the things. That's just a few of the tweaks, fixes that have gone in for Update 6. Obviously, we've shown you some images of the Planetary stuff that's gone in. There's a ton of other stuff in there. Sorry, Stormy's asked about improve the issue tracker. We are working actively behind the scenes on that. Yes, we are looking at how we can make that a better, more user-friendly experience for everybody. And when I say everybody, that's internally as well as externally, because we all have to use that tracker. So it's something we as a team are all trying to work on. So yes, Noob Tube. That's a very good name. That's a name I haven't heard for a while. Noob Tube Troopers. Noob Tube was what you used to do in Call of Duty, wasn't it? You had the old M16 grenade launcher in Call of Duty 4, and that was all you used. And it was called the Noob Tube. So I like that. It's good to see it come back. Okay, so that's some of the bits and bobs. Now, there's other bits that we discussed in Update 6. Now, again, I am not going to go into too much details on this because I will be shot. But they are listed on this forum post if you want to have a look down about what we are working on. Now, it is, as I said before, what is listed underneath the future updates thing. If you want to go and have a look at it now, it's !July. This is not a comprehensive list. These are some of the things we are happy to talk about right now. Now, people will ask the question about why don't you tell us everything right now? And I'll give you the answer for that. Is quite simply things change in development, and we don't want to overpromise anything and show you stuff that isn't there, or there's some things that just don't work for whatever reason. And the second reason is some things just work better by being shown, and writing something down just will take away the impact it could have. So we'd much rather wait until we've got something we can actually show you, and then we'll show you. And there might be some other surprises, and sometimes we do just want to surprise you, so we will just put some other stuff in there. So, some bits and bobs, just to brush over these real quickly. Okay, so 4-player multi-crew will be coming to Odyssey in the future. So there'll be a number of ships that will receive an extra seat for commanders to join them in physical multi-crew, which is really cool to have the entire team sat in a ship and going to a mission. So if you have one of you that's particularly good at a particularly great pirate, and one of you is great at FPS, one of you is great at sneaking, one of you is great at sort of the hacking and cutting through stuff in your Maverick suit, which is one of the things that was really fun on the other stream. I think it was last week actually with Zach, and there was one of us doing almost something. Someone was doing something. So someone was in an SRV, someone was cutting through a door, one of us was hacking a terminal, and Zach was on point duty. So it was really fun to see that happening. So that's coming. One of the things the community have asked for is engineers in Colonia. So they will be making an appearance, and there'll be more on those in the future. Air defense turrets in conflict zones. One of the things we've noticed in conflict zones is commanders are definitely utilizing their ships to give them the edge. I think is a fair way of saying it. To give them an edge by sometimes a slight edge by sometimes just ramming the entire reinforcements out of as they drop into battle. But there will be some quite meaty air defense turrets going in, but they're not just going to go in and be plonked down. There will be some gameplay around these, so there'll be more on that in the future. And again, as much as I do know some of this stuff, I'm not going to talk about it just right now. Some other stuff in here that I know people will be smiling about is increased stored module capacity and bookmark numbers on the Galactic map. We know you've asked for it, so. Fair play to the community, fair play to my team for pushing that through, because it was, when you look at sometimes you see things that are like, oh, we want this, we want X, Y, and Z, and you say, we just want to increase in storage numbers. People really want that. It's like, yeah, community really want that. So it's there. So well done to Bruce and the team for pushing that through. Mission feature extensions. There will be more on this. And I don't want to butcher this here, so I'll just read it as it says here, because there's a lot of stuff behind what's going to be going on with this. We will be expanding mission features for Odyssey with the aim to increase mission diversity and also create stronger links between the in-cockpit and on-foot gameplay. So that's coming a bit later on down the line. Another thing that was mentioned that people have asked for is the Apex redirect. Can it be done? So that is going to be coming at some point in the future. So you will be able to return to your station or perhaps sort of redirect your Apex as long as it has the fuel to do so. Going forward, and these are just some of the things we're talking about. So that's a lot of what's update 6 and some of what's coming beyond. So I think, again, we'll keep these monthly updates coming. So next month we'll talk through where we are with some of the stuff that's on that list there, and hope maybe some other stuff as well. So that's that. Have I missed anything, Bruce?
There's another thing that I know is coming at some point, but I don't know if it's update 6. So I'm asking behind the scenes.
Oh, you've
before confirming anything.
You've messaged me in Teams. That's big brain. Let me have a look, Bruce. What have you sent me? Have you sent me something?
Tell you what, I'll tell you guys later if I get a firm answer on it. But let's move on for the meantime.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I see what you said.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Here's the deal. I actually think it is in for 6, but we'll wait. We'll just wait. I think it is.
It's so tempting because it goes very nicely with other changes. But I'll zip it for now if we get that confirmed.
Again, we'll wait. And if it goes in on Thursday, we'll discuss what that was. We'll say this is what it was, and we're pleased to see it's in there.
Sure.
As long as it's all gone out by then, of course. Right. So when people are asking about, I see a lot of questions now coming in about the future stuff. Without wanting to be like a broken record here, I won't talk about that stuff until A, I have the information to hand, and B, we're happy to. So there's questions there asking about will Apex work for frontline solutions and stuff like that. The answer is at the moment I don't know, so I can't give that answer. I can feed that sort of some of that questions back into dev and see what works, but we won't be discussing anything until we're ready to talk about it. We'll give you a little glimpse behind what we're working on, and next update we'll go through one of those features, or maybe more, hopefully more if we can, and show you some of the working stuff behind the scenes, which we're really keen to show you, which I think you'd all like to see. I think work in progress stuff I think is okay to show, right, chat? I don't think you'd be unhappy to see stuff that isn't got all the spit and polish on. Okay, cool. I think spoiler alert behind Arthur's background. There's no spoiler alert behind Arthur's background. I wish there was. I wish I was that smart. Okay, so I think that's us wrapped up. I will keep checking.
Kazar, there are a couple of spoilers, to be fair. Stormtrooper helmets coming soon, as well as Optimus Prime as a ship.
Do you know what? You have no idea how much I would love to find a way to get Peter Cullen's voice. No idea. And I'm going to get in trouble for even saying that, because everyone's going, just do it, get a Kovas done. Rah! I'd love to. Peter Cullen's voice is chef's kiss, right? I'd love it. Love it. Love it. Maybe if the HS voice packs guys and girls are listening, Peter Cullen, get him soon. But yeah, no, I'd love to be able to say Stormtrooper helmets are coming. But we've had this discussion before. I think the House of Mouse might have something to say about that if we started selling Stormtrooper gear. Okay, cool. Right, should we move on to some of the community stuff, Bruce? Because I need to do a transition and hopefully get this right. This is better in my mind.
Let's do that.
Third transition, Bruce. Going all right. It's going well. Ta-da! And we're starting with the Pilots Lounge, which is an incredible Discord channel. If you're not familiar with it, I would recommend going there. Even if you don't want to chat, it's very cool just to see what is said. And I do lurk. I'm a big lurker. I've been called other things. Thanks, chat. But I'm also I do like to sit and just observe what people are saying, because I do feel like I get more of an honest appraisal of what people are talking about when they don't know I'm actually listening. So that's what tend to be my process. But a great Discord for all commanders of all types, no matter what you're new, veteran, whether you only do combat, whether you do exploring, whether you're AX hunters, whatever you want to do. This is a place to go to. So congratulations. It's not been going long. We probably do have someone in from Pilots Lounge, and they'll probably give me the actual how long Pilot Lounge has been running for. But to get 1,000 members, I know it's fast. I know that's fast. So congratulations.
Yes, well done to those guys. Sorry, to those
guys.
Wow.
Wow. So Bruce, can you do that voice again?
Voice is totally faded out there. But yes, well done to that group. And we'd encourage anyone who's looking for a group of elite players to chat and hang out with, head over to the Pilots Lounge for sure. Cool.
3 months. So 3 months it's grown to 1,000 members and going strong. It only get bigger and better. So congratulations, everybody. Someone said, I received my first elite rating this week. Congratulations, Tile72. Which is the group I can join now? Well, you can join anyone and anyone. And make sure you let the team know you've got your elite rating, because I think we're shouting people out now, aren't we, on socials when people are making the elite club. So make sure you make that in there. Discord link to the Pilots Lounge. Bruce, can you do that behind the scenes? Is that possible?
So the wonderful Heather G, one of our mods, has actually posted links in both YouTube and Twitch for us. So keep an eye out for those if you want to go directly.
I'm fairly certain Heather's part of the Matrix, because as soon as a question, she's like, bam, and it's just there. It's done. It's in chat. Thank you very much, Heather G, for popping that in there. Someone just put, I would pay big arts from Optus Prime Kovas. Thumper922, you and me both. You and me both. I'd also love to have a Starscream Kovas that just moans at me the entire time and just tries to undermine me, which would be great. But I could just use Bruce for that, to be fair. Right, so Bruce, you want to take the next one? And I'm saying that because you've got a delay and you don't know what's coming next. So I think this is...
I am delayed and I don't know I don't know what order you've got things. So I'm going to say one and you're going to make it appear.
Actually, no.
Without issue, seamlessly, right?
I can do that.
So let me just... All right.
Here we go.
So for Sonic Ride on Reddit, we have some very fun vintage advertising is what this is described as. So
Ah,
hopefully you guys enjoy it as much as we do.
Well, you haven't helped me because there's 2 adverts in this, Bruce.
So this is the Alchemy Den.
Oh, right, okay, fine. That makes sense. Cool.
Hello, new friend. If you're cool enough to make new friends this weekend, you're a strong enough pilot to come to Alchemy Den Tavern. New friends? Corvettes that shine. Background simulation. If you think you can find a bargain group in those superpowers, you can kiss my cargo skills. It's our belief that you're such a good person that you'll fall for this entire group. Guaranteed. If you find a better group, shove it up your frat cannon. You heard us right. Shove it up your frat cannon. Bring your ships. Bring your credits. Bring your booze. We'll drink it. That's right. We'll drink your booze. Because at Alchemy Den's Tavern, your friend is 6 ways from Sunday. Take a hike to Alchemy Den's Tavern, home of Arf Speed. That's right. Arf Speed. How does it work? If you hit a moon at Mach 17 and not get killed, you get 268 free credits. Don't wait. Don't delay. Screw it up and we'll rip off your docking computer. Only at Alchemy Den's Tavern, the only group that cherishes your friendship.
Now, there we go. Awesome. Now, full disclosure here, I am an 80s super freak, as you can probably tell by my shelves. Now, I was busy doing a lot of stuff this morning, and I also had to go and get my second COVID jab, so I've not even had a chance to listen to that. And I've just seen Little Juicebox in the chat say that she loves this, so I'm assuming it's really cool. But I could see you bouncing away as well there, Bruce.
Yeah, lots of synth, strong drums. It's very good, and also the voiceover, very, very funny. Incredibly nice ad there, well put together by Alchemy Den.
Nicely done. Okay, cool. So and the second advert, I guess, should we go to the cereal box? Would that make sense to do that?
Sure, let's go do that.
Now I need to try and do this seamlessly, and I'm gonna get it wrong. So it's gonna overlap ever so slightly, and then we're good. There we go. So I like this. You're probably gonna catch it because this is a lot of fun for me. I enjoyed watching this, and I enjoyed the attention to detail. It shows you that the calories per cup, the salt, fat, sodium, sugars, and I love that the little planets, little icy planets, little icy bodies, just tickled me. I just really enjoyed it. I think it's I don't know. What's it saying to you, Bruce? Now you're on your new super fitness regime.
Yeah, no, I definitely have a bowl of this. It looks very nutritious and delicious.
For your gains, right? So you can get your gains going on.
Oh yeah, no, I'd definitely give it an 07 out of 7 for this. Would buy. Catch that in my bowl next morning.
Catch that in my bowl. All right, okay. And then we have a really cool video, actually. I really like this. This is just called Planet Rise. Bruce, you have the details from which commander submitted this one, because I don't have it to hand. I do apologise, but I will start playing it so people can have a look. There we go. So some lovely stuff there. So thank you very much for all the commanders that sent through stuff throughout the week. Obviously, please keep putting your commander creations and all that stuff together. I know Zach loves to see it, and obviously when he's away at the moment, getting tattoos. Bruce, he's getting tattoos.
Yes, he got 3 tattoos. Before we talk about them, though, I just wanted to shout out. That was from decent_temporary_593. Just wanted to give them the shout out for that video, and also big F for any of the headphone users. Hopefully, we didn't send too many of you to the rebuy screen. Did we say who the cereal box?
Probably not, because it's me, Bruce. I'm terrible.
That was Luke_41. So thank you to them as well. But yeah,
Also,
no, Zach got some really nice tattoos.
Well,
Stylish, minimalist.
I like
it.
the X-wing and TIE fighter. I'm a big fan of. Huge fan of those. The other one's Pokemon, which I've got no time for. It's Pokemon on it, so I think it's Pokemon, right?
It is a Pokemon, yes.
Yeah. That skipped me right by Pokemon, Digimon, all that sort of stuff. Okay, cool. Right, so let's move on to a part of the show we like to call Stellar Screenshots, Bruce.
We do like to call it that. Yeah.
So our first one here is from Commander Bobby Simpson. The Mamba looking particularly mean in this shot. I do like the composition here. I also like if you just look at the cockpit, it almost reminds me of the Thargoid, just the central part, like just the way it's framed. If you could use a little bit of imagination, really like this, like the coloration. Great screenshot. Thank you, Commander Bobby Simpson.
Yeah, very cool. Mean is the right word here. It's super ominous. This shot.
There are no hardpoints deployed, but do I spy a kill warrant scanner on that little baby? I think I might.
That could be what that is. Someone in the chat will let us know for sure.
Someone will let us know. So let's call it the space crab, and now they've said it. It's got to be right.
It is a bit crab-like now that
it is a bit crab-like. The same way the anaconda is the space sausage, we now have the space crab. But no one ever says a bad word about the chieftain ever, right? That's it. There'll be no more updates. Right. Right. Next picture. Commander. So Branithar. Am I saying this right, Bruce? I can always rely on you to get this to help me out.
Yeah, I would say you nailed that. Maybe it's a hard team. Who knows? But whatever. If they're around, they'll let us know.
They will. Yeah. Phonetically, if you can pop it out in the back there. Someone's put Cylons. Yes, that does remind me a little bit of like a base star. I also like the way that obviously Bruce has informed me on our science trip. The spiky boys. If you look at the front, the spiky boys actually make it look like it's firing lasers. It might it's almost like a cartoon, a comic book cell. So it's like it's firing lasers at the front. That's just maybe I'm showing my age.
I think I know what you mean. You're talking about the two spiky boys that are sort of like at the headlights sort of position.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's like they're flashing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's how I'm seeing. It's also very brand. It's very brand, this picture, isn't it? A lot of brand going on.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, very nice shot here. Well done, Commander Branithar.
Okay, cool. Malchad says, I see it, the muzzle flashes. Yeah, that's what I mean. Muzzle flashes. I should have said muzzle flashes. That would have made more sense, wouldn't it? Next one in here. Now, I saw this. This is a really cool shot. This is from Commander Frameshift Shark. This looks like the station is looming over, which I really like this shot. It's almost like it's coming out of water. Just the way you can see like the parts of the station are sort of not say blurred, but not within the mist of the ice rings. Really cool shot.
Yeah, much love for this. Really nice use of the different elements and the positioning. Beautiful.
Beautiful. So well done. Now this reminds me of a base star. So this is from Commander. Now I think this is pronounced higher churn. That's how I'd say it. Higher churn. I think it's like a clever play on phonetics. I'd say it's a higher churn.
Yeah, I mean, let's go with that. I can't think of a different way to go about that. Maybe here rather than higher, but who's to say?
Oh, see, why? I thought I was being really clever. You got to ruin it for me, Bruce. Now, Bruce.
Well, I didn't get your joke. I'll be honest. What do you mean? It
wasn't a joke. I just thought that was how it's pronounced.
All right.
Now, Bruce, you haven't taken me to one of these particular stellar phenomena. Can you tell me with your expert eye, what am I looking at?
So this is a classic example of a specimen known as the double mushroom.
Wow.
So it sort of explains itself, really. You got the blue spores floating around, and then you've got sort of the like I say, almost mirrored mushroom-looking, whatchamacallit.
Double mushrooms.
Yeah, the double mushroom, and looks really, really good.
Well, thank you for that very scientific sort of assessment of that picture, Bruce. It's always great to have you on to cast a professional eye on the stellar phenomena, because I know it can be quite confusing out in deep space with the squishy boys and spiky boys, and now we have the double mushrooms.
I'm always happy to impart this kind of knowledge on people. I know some in the chat are calling it a mollusk or a real mollusk. I think that's sort of that's what it used to be called. But yeah, there we go.
I mean, not everyone can be an expert, Bruce, like you. But I mean, at least you're on the right path, chat. So well done. But in all seriousness, I love the lighting on this, how the light's catching the top part of the mollusk, and there's a lot going on in this picture. I really like it, but also you can't tell the size of it. I know it's not necessarily huge, but it could look massive in this picture if you didn't know what it was. So I really like this image. So well
I'm actually a very big fan of this image. It might be my chef's kiss of the week. We'll see. I know there's a few left to go, but so far this is my pick. I like ones in particular where it's sort of monochromatic, except for maybe one element that's like a neon sort of color. I think that's a really nice effect. And then obviously you've got the star in the background, which is sort of lens flaring up, which is nice. And then beyond that, you've also got the stars. It's quite close to the center of the galaxy because of all the star density, and that kind of complements the glow of the dots on the mushroom as well. So big fan of this.
Look at Bruce coming out there, just letting people know he's really got the chops when he looks at these pictures. I like it, Bruce. I like it. Little flex. I like it. But also, nice to know what Bruce likes in his shots. We know Paul likes a bit of death and destruction and fire, and death and destruction and fire. They're big hits for Paul.
And death.
And death. Fiery death. If you can get that in, even better. And we now know that Bruce likes the monochromatic with a single colour. I like it. We're getting to learn a little bit about you, Bruce. Okay, next up we have Commander Idris. I'm saying that right, I think. I really like this shot. It's for me. It's just I don't know. It smacks of like Journey's End, like someone's just come back from wherever they've been, and they've reached home. And also Journey's Beginning, because you can see someone else has just left in the top right hand corner. Is the trails for a ship has just departed the station. Really like it, like the lighting. I don't really know what else to say here, other than it's just a really cool shot.
Yeah, it's a great shot. People are going to kill me. It's the Mark II that has the double engines, isn't it? And the Phantom has the single inline. So maybe
Correct.
This person just got back from their Thargoid excursion or something to that effect.
Yes, quite possibly the pesky. I can't. Do you know what? It might have been. I can never get it right. Did someone call them a death lily in space? It might have been one of the Burrs videos. They have a way of naming things that I just can't. They always makes me chuckle. But they call them something like death lilies, floating death lilies in space, and I did chuckle about it. Okay, so next up we have Kara. Is what I'm saying there.
Nailed it.
And this is obviously just at the. What I think it's fair to say it's the money shot, Bruce.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that is a phrase. They've certainly done a good job of blowing up that rock.
They have, yeah. So that's a bit of deep core mining, right? So you're firing in and getting it just right, and then detonating the money rock, and getting the good stuff.
Yes. Yes.
I'm like the embarrassing dad you have to. It comes to parents, even, isn't it? Like I'm trying to be hip, and I'm just embarrassing you on it, Bruce. I get it. I understand.
It's not even. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
What I was going to try and say is, it's always very satisfying to crack these open. But it's so fast. It's actually difficult to get a good shot. So well done to Kaha, as we called them earlier.
So it reminds me of Monty Python. As he's writing on the wall. He just managed to write his last. Anyways, moving on. Right. So we have now. So Commander Matthias Shallow Grave. I really liked this shot a lot. Artemis suit, I believe. Is that Artemis suit?
Yes, looks like it.
That makes sense. Really nice sort of. I don't know. Almost this. I think I like it because it's like the bleakness of space. Like everything looks really barren, and it's just like alone. I don't know. I like this shot.
I like this shot as well. Although I can kind of imagine, I can't remember which Star Wars it is. You'll know this, but where they take off Darth Vader's helmet and he's all decrepit in there.
It's the top of his head.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, you set me off now. Oh.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh man.
We like it. It's a very good shot. Well done, Commander Matthias. Okay, moving on. Moving on, Bruce.
Yeah, next picture.
Next picture. There we go. Oh, Bruce, you can start on this one.
Oh boy. So professional and composed. So this picture is from Miskatonic. I wonder if Sally had any influence in this choice. With all of the purple and pinks in there, it looks lovely. Maybe some lilacs as well. A bit of violet, perhaps.
Yes.
It's a really nice shot of the. I think it's a cutter. It's a cutter, isn't it? It's a cutter.
Yeah.
On the ringed planet with the nice ringed planet in the background and the huge star in the corner there. Beautifully composed shot. Well done.
Yeah, really nice work. Do you know what? It's a busy image, but it doesn't come across as busy. That's why I like it. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it doesn't feel cluttered.
It's busy without being messy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to the next. We've only got 3 more to go. So this is from Commander Quicksilver. Now this is awesome. This is so cool. This reminds me of Guardians of the Galaxy. Just stuff going off. A couple of, what do they call it in Guardians of the Galaxy 2? I think they sort of skip through the universes and stuff like that. But
I know what you mean. Yeah.
But it's a really cool shot. I don't know how it's been done, but it just looks really nice. Really nice. And also nice kit. Nice kit on the ship there. Enjoying it.
Yeah, ship's looking really nice. And it contrasts well with the bright, sort of vibrant, saturated background there. Sort of the cool metallic matte ship in an opposing color is good use of colors there. Well done.
Yeah. So I really like this because it could be a multitude of things. I like the idea of it being some sort of traveling through sort of this hyper dimension, but it also could be like distant battle going off, which is really cool. Really like that image. So well done, Commander Quicksilver 999X. And then the last image, and I think that the other one is a movie. I think of all the scale screenshots, which we can just have a chat about as they play, which is really nice. Thanks. I'm assuming Sally did that one. Not sure. It was just in the folder to pull out. But
okay.
I adore this shot. This could be the start. This could be like a cover for a movie.
Yeah, I definitely got movie poster vibes as soon as you brought this one up. Really good.
Yeah. Super cool. The scale of the ship next to the commander, the star rise or set in the distance, just the feeling of just exploration. Insanely cool shot. I think this is probably my favorite this week.
Yeah, I feel mean. I'm not going to take away my Chef's Kiss of the Week award to the other one, but this comes so close. I almost want to say both of these are my favorite. In fact, very well done from Sleep Fish L here.
Yeah, really cool. And also like the fact that it's got that sort of, like everything Elite, I think it's a bit sort of worn and weathered, but you can see the paint's chipped and stuff like that. It doesn't feel like it's all pristine. It just feels like it's, it's the everyday life of these commanders going out into the black and doing stuff. So I really like it.
Yeah. Is this the end or the beginning of an adventure? I feel like it's sort of the closing shot because, the ship is a bit beaten up, but they've made it and now they're walking off into the sunset, back to...
do you know what? To keep the movie analogy going on, I'd say it's the end of the first movie. That's what it is. Like whatever's happened. The adventure's not over, but the first act is complete. So there we go. So thank you to everybody that put in this to the screenshots. Now I'm going to play the video. I'm not sure if there's audio over this, so I'm going to have a quick look. This button here, but yeah, it should just be running now. I'll turn the audio down ever so slightly on the set of screenshots. That's turned it off. Well done, Arthur. How is that, chat? Is that audio okay? Please let me know. Okay, cool. So that's pretty much everything covered for today, Bruce, unless I've missed anything. Do you want to recap anything that I've missed, and then I'll have a look at chat?
I don't think we missed anything that we desperately needed to share. For anyone who joined us sort of in the middle of the stream. We started off by going through the second development update. So this is a monthly thing. I know a lot of you are happy with the level of detail in this one, which we weren't able to provide in the first one as much. We really want to keep up that pace. They're going to be monthly going forwards, and we'll be sharing a lot more about the things we mentioned in this month's post, as well as other updates and content that's coming. !July for anyone in the Twitch chat. Otherwise, you can find it in the forums if you're on YouTube and you haven't read it yet. Update 6 is still slated for this week. We talked a little bit about what's coming there. And then we also showed the camera suite improvements, which are coming in Update 6. In fact, I think we might even finish on that video just to show it to anyone who missed it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, whilst you're talking, I can play it, Bruce, because there's the audio's over it. So there you go. I'll just do that. There you go, Bruce. All yours.
Cool. So yeah, this will mean a lot to anyone who likes to make videos, or even non-content creators, just general players who enjoy using the camera suite to get good pictures or just enjoy looking at the game from different angles. The changes we've made, which will be explained a little bit more in the update post when it comes out, will explain how we sort of gotten around or fixed collision issues which caused the blackouts. So now there'll be, I think in this particular shot, as you can see, the commander is going to walk around, and before, when something that is sort of placed between the commander and the position of the camera would have caused a blackout, now it's not going to be doing that nearly as much. So you'll get a lot more smoother looks from the camera suite, and you'll be able to do all sorts of panning shots. I think this video ends on a nice panning shot that wouldn't really have been possible.
That's my
before.
favourite shot. Is the shot of the panning through the hologram, looking at the commander. This shot is just chef's kiss.
Yeah, really, really nice.
And there we go. And then it's going to be back to us. There we go. So there we go. I think that's kind of everything. Like I say, there's a lot of other stuff we talked about. If you want to have a look, please, obviously the VOD will be up on Twitch and YouTube shortly thereafter this show. That's pretty much it from Bruce and I today. Thanks everyone for tuning in and coming and watching. Thanks to the mods, as always, for the stellar job that you do in chat. Thank you to the community for all the feedback, all the support you've been giving us. It means the world to us. It means the world to the devs. So please keep that positivity coming, because it really does help move things along. That's fantastic. We'll be back on Thursday, Bruce, where we'll be having a play around. We'll probably do what we did last time, going out and open. We'll find something fun to do, and then hopefully get some of the community along to help us, kill us, maybe do both. But we'll let you know where we are just before the stream starts. We'll probably give you like 20 minutes notice to where we're going to be, just so we can get something done on stream before we find a rocket to the face. So that's going to be our plan. That's it. That's it for me. Thank you so much, Bruce, as always, for being my partner in crime. And I will see you all on Thursday.
07 Commanders. Bye-bye.
07 all. Thanks a lot.